Hi, I'm Audrey Beringer, and welcome to COMMCast. Except for unlike the broadcast company, we actually work. This week we're going to be talking to Claire Baugh, who is the Specialist of Social Media for Longwood University and Spring 2021 graduate. Hi, so glad that we got to sit down and talk today.
Yeah.
So first I wanted to ask you, first and foremost, now that you work for Longwood and you're a graduate of Longwood, what got you here?
The long application process that comes after graduating from college. I feel very lucky to not only come back to my alma mater, but be able to utilize the skills that I've learned here to help better the Longwood brand and help bring in prospective students and connect with the current students that are still here.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about what you do here now that you've been hired on.
Yeah, so basically I run all of Longwood's official social media channels. So there are TikToks, which is like my favorite one to work with and the one I work with the most, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I work with people in the marketing department, like our videographer, Ryan, our photographer, Courtney, and my supervisor is Mary Jo, who works in website design as well as social media. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so being a student here and then transitioning into working here must have like its own set of benefits that most people would never consider. So what are some things that you took from like being a student here that you think really well translated into this new position?
Absolutely. I think being a student here has definitely helped me with this position specifically because I already understand the Longwood community and what it means to us as current students, alumni, and what the Longwood experience is. And so being able to find different ways to capture that and translate it to prospective students or parents of prospective students and just sharing it on social media as a whole has been one of the most rewarding things. And also just already knowing different organizations on campus and making sure that those get highlighted on our social media as well.
Yeah, so with social media, there's like tons of new trends and stuff, and you're finding new ways to like sort of revamp the social media, brings that new age social media to Longwood. So what's like some of your new favorite trends that you've gotten to experiment with, and like what's your favorite kind of platform to work with? I know you said you like TikTok.
Yeah, definitely TikTok for sure. I think it's so much fun and I love the engagement with students. Anything that involved having a lot of different students involved are my favorite TikToks to do. For instance, the Tiny Mike episodes we do have taken off. They have a life of their own now. There will definitely be more, but those are probably my favorites to do because I like seeing the comments of people noticing their friends in the video and being like, you're killing it, and that kind of stuff. And so I think it's a fun way to really get a grasp of like student life at Longwood.
Mm-hmm. So for those people who don't know, like Tiny Make is going to ask some people some questions around like the area, things like that. What's your favorite response you think you've gotten from Tiny Mike so far?
Oh my gosh, there was one guy, we asked him probably too early in the season what his Halloween costume was gonna be. And he was just like, oh, I don't know. And our MC, Charlotte, was like, a vampire? And he was like, yes, like a vampire. And I thought that was so funny that he just like kind of ran with that. There was another time we asked someone what their favorite Joan of Arc statue was on campus, and he did not have an answer. And I thought that was very funny.
I think that doing stuff where you're like running out and talking to the student body just shows that like how different people are and how like what they connect with differently on campus, because some like there's the athletes who, you know, they really got to focus on what they have going on. They don't have time to get into the spirit. And then there's, you know, Greek life, and they are like all spirit all the time, it feels like. And then so getting to see everything on both ends of the extreme is really interesting. How are you finding ways to like connect to those different kinds of students?
Honestly, I love meeting new people. I love talking to people all the time. So I just reach out. I find them on Instagram and being the face of Longwood. Sometimes as myself, but mostly as Longwood, I'll just reach out to them and be like, hey, we're really interested in showing off your organization on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Like, would you guys be interested? I've just recently started working with cheerleading, Blue Heat, and True Blue on kind of keeping up with the dance trends to later on help promote like basketball season and stuff.
And I think that's really cool to include too with like the dance teams, because I feel like there's so many clubs that go under-recognized,
right.
And especially because we're a small school with a big, like a vast number of clubs with all sorts of different like topics and information. And then we have dance teams where there's several of those going around. So if you want to like look into something like that, you're showing the different personalities through like the Instagram of like, if someone's not sure, maybe they're too nervous to go out and meet these people, like you're helping to bring that like in front of them, which, you know, leaving a pandemic, it's been a little scary to go out and meet people sometimes in person. So I think that you like really launching into this social media is giving people a new way to experience campus and like experience social life. So what do you think has been the most gratifying part of the job, aside from like, what is something you didn't expect to be as gratifying as it was? Let's put it that way.
That's a really good question. I think, oh gosh. I think honestly just how much I've been able to connect with students has been the most surprising part, because I only graduated almost 2 years ago, but there are like at least 2 classes of people. I just have no idea who they are, but everyone's been super fun to work with, and I love hearing their stories, because Longwood's also very heavy on tradition, and so sometimes the stories they tell me experiencing the same traditions I have is really special, because we're all kind of like connected in that way.
So you mentioned Longwood traditions. It's funny, we have 3 fast questions we want you to answer in about a sentence or less. And the first one is, what is your favorite Longwood tradition?
Oktoberfest. And I haven't had an Oktoberfest since my sophomore year, but it is by far my favorite one.
Excited for Color Wars?
Yes.
Perfect. What was your favorite class that you took here, / the one that you felt like is helping you most now in your career?
I don't remember the official title of it, but it was a class with Dr. Hosterman that focused on social media and doing the blogs and stuff. That one was definitely my favorite, because it's definitely helping me with my job now. And that class helped me be more confident in pursuing these kinds of jobs in social media right out of college.
And our final question is, what is your favorite community memory?
Oh my goodness, another hard question, but good question. I would say it was at the end of the year, and it was the graduation party that the comm department has for all the seniors. That was super special, because I got to talk to all my professors one last time before I graduated and see all my friends that I had kind of grown up with over the past 4 years. And we were all sharing memories, and it was also nice to be able to talk to my professors as like friends or peers, as opposed to like someone who had authority over me. But yeah, that one was really good.
The way you put it makes me look forward to graduation just a little bit more. So,
yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for spending some time with us today, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining us.